Hello, so this is a quick training video about a new feature on nays.org that is a request that we've had for a number of years that was not available in our old system, but it allows you to automate the recertification process for organizations that want their coaches that have been in the system to be able to take a refresher course and actually have to take the course over in a certain amount of time. I think this is a great feature, especially now that we have updated our trainings. So your existing coaches that have gone through a program and seen the old training will have access to the updated training in their accounts automatically, and most coaches won't go in there and go through that new training unless somebody is telling them they have to. So this is about the recertification process and how you can do that by updating your roles. So if you know about the roles, there's another video that you can access on our website about creating roles, but I'm going to go in to our settings. So you can see I'm here on the Nays Parks and Recreation Department test page. So this is a typical organization, and I'm logged into my organizational account here. So I'm going to go to settings, and I'm going to go to roles and requirement settings because I'm going to go in and update this role. So you can see here for this particular organization, I have already activated a number of roles here, and you can see the little key up here on the top. The Nays parent is a default role for this organization. The Nays coach has been customized, that's why it's in gray. And these are the different roles. And so by roles, if you're not asking your volunteers to be a league director and get training for that, or be an actual official, that's why these are turned off. And you have the ability to toggle using these switches to turn them on and off. So for this organization, they're requiring the Nays parent orientation training. They are having a team safety parent custom role that includes these two trainings here, basic youth sports safety and protecting youth athletes. And then they have their Nays coach training. And you can see in this column here under recertification, they've made the choice on these different trainings to have a certification process every couple of years in this case, and every 1 year in the other. So this will show you how to go ahead and do that. So for the Nays coach training, what we're going to do is I'm going to hit the pencil, which is the edit bar for that particular role. And I'm going to update it, we're basically going to review it first and go ahead and update it. So the Nays coach, and we're not going to rename that role. We're just going to keep it as the Nays coach. I could rename it as my organization head coach or whatever I wanted to put there. But by default, it's just called Nays coach. The second one you can see is the training requirements for that role, and because it's a Nays membership program, it has the coaching youth sports, one specific sport-specific training, and the basic youth sports safety and first aid training, because those are the membership requirements for a Nays coach. So these are the fees that are attached to that. It's $20 because it's a membership price. If you bought those a la carte, they would actually be separate. It would be a separate price. But what we want to do is, you can see the recertification is only checked under coaching youth sports for that year, for that program. So I'll go into the basic youth sports safety and first aid training because I'm going to decide that I want these coaches to have to go through that training once a year. Now I could do that for the sports specific part of the training. So it doesn't get specific here on what sport it is because some organizations obviously have multiple sports that they're training for, so it just says the sport specific. So once I selected that I'm going to edit the basic youth sports safety and first aid training, it just basically tells me that I've selected that one. I'm going to hit next. And now it pulls that up and it's asking me, is recertification required? So if I decided that I want my recertification on that particular training for my coaches, I can pick up to 1 to 5 years for that training. So I'm going to say every 2 years that I want them to be certified in that. Let's actually say every 1 year for that purpose. Hit next. So that will save, and it's going to take me through the rest of the process that I will go ahead and skip through. So you can see in the review now, recertification, yes, every 1 year, $10. I'm going to add that as a training, and it's basically just editing the training process that I already had in there by adding that recertification. You can see the next one is if you have background checks, and then whether or not you're having a mailed card feature and charging your coaches for that. But I am going to, so for the purposes of this video, I skipped the background check section. If you are requiring those, you just say yes or no, or the mailed card section there, and went straight to the review. And now you can see my category as NA's coach. We've changed the requirements that the basic youth sports and first aid training is every 1 year. If I wanted to require both of those after every 1 year, which this one will now do that because I'd already selected every 1 year for that particular training, we can go ahead and do that and update that role. And that will be the end of that process. So now when your coaches go through, when they renew their membership, it will ask them to go through those trainings and see them again. And again, like I said in the beginning, especially in this first year, which is in 2023, where we updated both of those trainings, are brand new trainings, and I think your members will like going in and reviewing those trainings. So it'll be a nice upgrade for them for their membership fee, for their renewal. The last step here is if you always have the option of doing user pays, which is the coach or the parent would end up paying, or you can choose organization pays. And if you need to understand more about that, you can check a different video that we have under your account balance. But organization pays basically means you have to add account balance into your account, and then that will be deducted as the coaches register for those programs. So that is it. I'm going to go ahead and close that out. And if you have any questions, always you can email us at nays@nays.org.